Hello, welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over some more examples of how to find the equation of a line when you're given certain information. So let's take a look at this. The first one we have is we want to find the equation of the line using this format, which is the slope-intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus b. So here is the slope and here is the y-intercept. So this is slope right here, and this is the y-intercept. Slope and this is the y-intercept. So these are the two unknowns we have to look for, and then we'll have the equation of the line. So the information that is provided in this example is that the line is passing through this point right here and has a y-intercept of this. That means that the line crosses the y-axis at this point. So if you look at the line, this is your coordinate plane. So this would be -5. So it will be crossing the y-intercept. This is y, this is x. At this point, whether it's a line with a negative or positive slope, we'll find that out. So let's take a look at it. If we already know the y-intercept, we can plug in this information here, or we can just use these 2 points to find out the slope of the line, and then we can plug in the y-intercept after that. So let's just use these 2 points to find the slope of the line. So the smaller x value here is -3, because -3 is smaller than 0. So this would be your x1. And this is the y1 right here. And this is your x2. And then you have a y2 right here. So the slope of the line, we know the formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and plug in the values for these y values and x values, and we'll solve after that. So y2 is -5 minus y1 is 8 divided by x2 is 0 minus x1 is -3. Okay, on the top we have -5 and -8. So when we have two negatives, they add up, so that's -13. In the denominator we have 0 minus -3, so this becomes a negative times negative would be +3. So it becomes a -13 over 3. That is the slope of this line. So m equals -13 over 3. Now we go ahead and put this for m in our equation right here. X plus b. All right, now this one is, they already provided us the y-intercept, which is -5, because this is 0 comma -5, the point. So you don't have to actually plug in the whole point here and solve for b, because you already are provided the information with for b in this point right here. So I'm going to just go ahead and substitute the value of b right here. So b is -5, and this is the equation of this line. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and do the second example. Okay. Now here we are also finding the equation of the line, y equals mx plus b, but we are given this information: f of -2 equals 1 and f of 1 equals 6. So let's make this like a point first. So your x value is -2 here, and the y value is 1. Your x value is 1 here, and your y value is 6. Okay, now the smaller x value is -2, because 1 is bigger than -2, is greater than -2. So this is your x1. and this is your y1. And this is your x2, and this is y2 right there. And we're going to go ahead and solve for m. So m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And now we go ahead and plug in. The y2 is 6 minus y1 is 1. x2 is 1 minus x1 is -2. So we have 5 on top. 6 minus 1 is 5. In the denominator we have 1 minus -2, which would be 1 plus 2. So you get 5/3. Now we go ahead and plug in this right here. So y equals 5/3x plus b. Now the only thing that is missing here is b, so we take one of these 2 points and plug into this equation and solve for b. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the second point. You can choose either one of those, whichever you feel comfortable with. So let's take this one and plug in the values. So y is 6, 5/3, x is 1 plus b. So when you simplify this, this becomes 6 equals 5/3 plus b. And you subtract 5/3 from both sides. So this one cancels out. So you're left with b equals 6 minus 5/3. When you simplify this further, so this becomes, take 3 as a common denominator. So this becomes 18 minus 5, so it's 13/3. Now this is the b value. Now we can take this b value and plug in here, and this will complete our equation. Y equals 5/3 plus 13/3. So it's a line with a positive slope and a positive y-intercept. So this is the equation of this line right here. Now let's do the last example. We have x-intercept and the y-intercept. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, find out the equation of the line. First we have to find the slope, but the good thing is the y-intercept is given, so we don't have to actually do an extra step, and that will save us time. So first we find the slope. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if you look at these 2 points, the smaller y value, the x value is actually this right here. This is x1, this is y1 then, and this is x2, and this is y2. Okay, so the x1 is the smaller x value and the y1 is the corresponding y value to that x1. Now we go ahead and plug in these values. So y2 is 0 minus y1 is -4, x2 is 2, and minus x1 is 0. So if we look at it, simplify this negative and negative, negative times negative becomes positive 4 on top, and we have 2 here, and this is 2. So m is equal to 2. Now y equals, we plug in this 2 for m, 2x plus b. Okay, now you can either pick up one of the points, or you already know the y-intercept, which is -4. You can just plug in directly, but you can also plug in one of these points and solve for b, and you will get the -4. I'm going to show you both ways. So here I'm just going to just plug in the y-intercept because we already know it's -4. So this would be equation. But if you want to do it the other way, you plug in one of these points right here. So let's say we plug in 2 and 0. So y is 0 equals 2 and 2 for x plus b. Okay, so 0 equals 4 plus b, and then we solve for b. We subtract 4 from both sides. So you're left with b equals -4, okay, which is the same right here. All right, so we go ahead and plug in this right here into this equation. So y equals 2x minus 4. Okay, that would be the equation of the line. And that would be it for this video. Hopefully it helps.